QuoteSoft Duct 4.0 Advanced Takeoff Tools. First item we will discuss is the scaling options, which are located to you under the Edit drop-down menu and then Workstation options. This is a workstation option as each workstation can have a different choice for scaling optimizations. Optimize linear foot scaled items. If unchecked, you will get exact feet and inches that you scale off. With this checked, you can then dictate if you want to have duct rounded off to the nearest standard length. That also includes spiral pipe. If scaling spiral pipe with a 10-foot standard length, you will always get 10-foot lengths. Do you want to have it round off to the nearest whole foot? So by putting 12 inches in here, you will not see inches in your dimensions list of your audit trail. You can also have a third option where you can say within so many inches of a standard length, or round off to the nearest foot. So at this point, it says if it's within 12 inches of a whole standard length, round it off to that standard length, whether that be below or above. And if it's in between, go ahead and round it off to the nearest whole foot. So if we have it set to the nearest 12 inches and hit save, then within our takeoff screen, I'll pan and zoom so that we can see this a little bit more closer. I'll select duct and put in the dimensions that I want of 16 by 12 and click the beginning point. Then when I move my mouse, you'll see that the annotation is actually jumping ahead of me or jumping behind me as I move forward and backwards. And if you look to the right, up here where it says feet and inches, you'll see that it's only showing me whole feet as I move. So if I stop there and click, I will have taken off 16 by 12, 4 feet even. So under Edit and Workstation Options, you can dictate how you want your scaling optimizations to work for you. The next option we'll talk about is saving the image. Saving the image is about being able to save the plan file with the annotations on it. So if we zoom out and look, and we want to save this image, this plan file, with these annotations represented on it, we go to the Home menu and choose Save Full Image. That'll save the entire plan file with those annotations on it. Click Save Full Image and give it a name. I'll leave the default name in there where we just tag export onto the end of it. And then go ahead and click Save. Then to view what it saved, you can go to Home and view the attachments directory for this job. And when you click the button, it'll open a window showing you the attachments for the current job. Find the file, and when you double click it, you'll see that it opens in your Windows default viewer the full-size document with the annotations saved on top of it. The other option is to zoom in and only save what is currently in view. So now we only want to save this image. Go to Home and choose Save Current View. Give this item a name and click Save Current View. Give this view a name, Fan Coil Unit 2, and hit Save. Then repeat those steps by going to Home, View Attachments, and you can open up that individual image by double-clicking it. And you can see just what was within the boundaries of the plan file window are saved for you. For the next feature of loading a comparison layer, I've minimized some palettes to better illustrate this. I have a plan file here, and I want to see the differences between this one and the revised version of it. Go to the Home menu and select Load Comparison. select the file that you want to load over the top of it. Go ahead and hit open. And after the program reads the document, it'll outline the changes for you. Items in red are not on the new document. Items in green have been added to the new document. Perfect illustration of that is here. This register was removed from this location and moved over to this location. You can see that it was just dragged over, and even the labeling came with it. So items that are going to be modified will actually show up and allow you to remove the items from your takeoff and create those comparison quotes. After you're done viewing your comparison layer and you want to clear it, simply use the button down on the bottom of the plan file window that says Clear Comparison. It'll take you back to your original document. The next feature is switching zones while in takeoff. I've started a new zone here, but I realize I want to go back to the original zone for some reason. So I go over to where the audit trail is and I look for the Zone List tab down at the bottom. I can then see all of the zones within this job, and by selecting one of them, the program will reload that zone. You're only allowed to have one plan file and one zone loaded at a time, but this will allow you to switch back and forth. Now to go back to the audit trail, I can simply just hit the audit trail tab at the bottom, and I have the audit trail available for that original zone. So switching zones is as simple as going to the Zone List palette and switching. You don't have to have it tabbed down here at the bottom as I do. You can actually pull the zone list out by clicking and dragging on the tab, and it'll give you a floating palette that you can then resize and dock into any shape or form that you want. And you can put it anywhere on your screen or on your other monitor. If you want to just have it docked down to the bottom of the audit trail, simply drop it there. Now you can switch zones without having to go to a tab. My preference is to have it tabbed, so when I pull it away, I go over the palette manager and let go, and it'll automatically add it as a tab into that same window. Next up is modifying your rectangular and your round palettes. Putting your mouse inside of this palette and giving it a right click will let you see what the options are for you. If you want to change from showing icons to showing text, so instead of seeing a picture of these items, you would actually see the text for them, you can just check the box, and now you have a pick list that shows the descriptions for them. And this is updated directly from your pressure file. Right click again and we can go to icons and text. And now we see both. Right click one more time, I'll go back to icons. And if we go to that menu again, we can actually switch over to the gray versions. So instead of looking at the white icons, we now have the gray icons. One more right click, return to the white, and down below we have use small icons checked. If I uncheck this, now we're looking at the larger ones. So for the people that have large monitors and they want to be able to stretch the palettes out nice and big and give themselves a good size button to click, they can easily change this over to that. I'm going to go ahead and set it back to small icons and pull this up so I can see more of the entry palette. You can do the same in the round palettes as well. The other place that this is available is down in the bookmark palette. Right click and you have the ability to use large buttons or use small buttons. The button colors aren't available in here because we're using actual images of those items from your catalog. This will conclude the advanced takeoff options.